Hi, this is Ernie. I'm that guy who had 6,000 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. Today I'm going to do something different. Rather than addressing everybody, I'm going to make this video for ladies. And here's the reason why. A couple months ago, I spoke to a friend of mine who's relatively popular on TikTok. I asked for some advice, and she looked at a couple of my videos and said, "Wow, we really need your video." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" She said, and this is her words, not mine. She said, as a woman, we're not taught to be financially literate. We're not taught to learn about investing, options, ETFs, how to select stocks, how to chart, how to look at annual report and make good financial decisions. And I said, nobody is. And she said, but at least guys, this is something that people expect. Like people expect you to manage money. For us, expectation is to go spend money. Go spend money to do hair, to do nails, to cook, to take care of house, to take care of husbands and kids. And if you were to rank all of that, managing money and learn about financial markets probably is not even on the bottom 20. So I disagree with her because I think it's an overgeneralization. But looking at some of the comments, some people are asking, hey, where do I even buy this thing called stocks or ETFs? And what is the difference between stock and ETFs? What is the index fund versus ETFs? There were a lot of really, really basic questions. So that's why I want to dedicate this video for my female audience. I'll never understand as a man why you need to highlight your hair on a regular basis to look blonde, or why you need to go do your nail, why you need to be seen at certain places. I'll never understand the psychology. But this lady, Bernadette Joy, her book was recommended, I think back in 2000 or this year, 2025, as one of the books that you need to read for you to own your own finance. So I highly recommend you get a copy and read it, and I'll put a link on it on this video. But she understands the female psychology, so she's teaching people what it takes for you to be financially independent and manage your own finance and truly be an equal. Maybe you don't want to play an equal role when it comes to finance, but at least for you to have enough knowledge and experience so that if and when you get married, or maybe marriage is not a necessary thing nowadays, that you could play an active role managing the family or couple's wealth. And I understand this is a scary time too. And to be honest, I have two older sisters. I've studied investing since I was 17, and I actually learned how to invest from my sister's husband, my brother-in-law. We're friends before they got married. He was the one who taught me, but my sister just doesn't want to learn from her husband. So she never learned until COVID, when she's a dentist. And she said, yeah, I cannot even open my practice. So I need to find ways to make money. So she reached out to me. I started teaching her, spent every single day teaching her how to invest money. What are these differences? How do you look at the charts? How do you look at Bollinger Band? How do you look at RSIs? These sounds are all jargon and gibberish to you, but once you start spending time to learn, you're going to be like, oh, that totally makes sense. Of course, those are basic things that I need to learn. But we spent about a month every day, couple hours. We had a group call because my other sister lives in Maryland, one lives in Jersey. And one, I think she spent like $70,000 to start investing, leveraging options to generate weekly income. And she doubled her money the same year from $70,000 to $140,000. My other sister, little Cutsy, and she had a little more money because she's a dentist. She had $3,000 and she actually doubled the money to $600,000. And my brother-in-law listened to some of my advice, and he did extremely well buying oil during COVID. But anyway, when I even looked at my sisters, they needed a lot of hand-holding because that's not something they were exposed to or that was expected of them. So don't be discouraged. And I know this will sound like foreign language to you, to many of you or some of you, but as you get to spend a little bit of time learning, you will not only be in better financial position so that you will be less stressed out about money, but also you'll turn out to be a better candidate if you want to get married and marry somebody who's relatively well off, because you're going to be seen as someone who knows how to manage money and take that off a man's plate so that he can go do his work and not have to worry about work plus managing money and a bunch of other things. So I encourage you to learn and also start young so that maybe you'll say, screw this. I don't want to deal with men. I'm financially set. I could do whatever I want and enjoy life. Maybe you'll be in that position. But either way, managing your money, building wealth, and leveraging options eventually down the road so that you'll be able to generate weekly income, you'll be less stressful financially, and you'll end up having a happy life and not be a slave 9 to 5 working Monday through Friday and enjoy your freedom like I have and retire in your 40s. So go to my profile. There's a copy. You could look at it, whether you buy it there or go to Amazon or go to library. It doesn't really matter. But I highly encourage you to get a copy of this and read so that you'll be able to become more familiar. And another book, if you want to get into investment, is Intelligent Investor. There's a book in there. It's relatively old, but this is considered the Bible of investing. Warren Buffett recommends it. I recommend it. I have copies. My copy got so old and wrinkly that I had to throw it out. I might actually get another copy just to make a video. But try to get a copy. It will help you better understand how to manage money and how to invest so that you become financially independent and reach your financial freedom. Don't forget to follow, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to tell your friends, and also try to get a group of people who invest. It's so much easier when you have a support group. Some might be a little too advanced, but when they're able to answer, just like the way I've answered questions for my sisters, when somebody's able to do that over the phone and in person, it's way, way easier to learn. So try to get a group of people as well. Or if you don't have one, maybe you can start one on Facebook locally, as I'm sure there are a lot of people who are trying to learn how to invest during times like this. But again, don't forget to follow, don't forget to like, don't forget to repost, and send me questions or comments so that I'll be able to respond to you. Ever since that video just took off, I've not been able to go through all my direct messages, but I eventually will. But if you have anything sensitive, you can send me messages there as well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday.